The SuperThwak Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SuperThwak Podcast. Thank you for joining in on episode 70. We hit fucking 70.
Yes, and there's a lot less lewd jokes in this one.
Yeah, not as much as the last couple times, unfortunately.
Mainly less than the last one.
Yeah.
It had to happen on the last
Yeah, it
one.
did. Yeah.
In this episode, we go over a couple of decent news articles, starting with...
The Batman is projected to make between 135 and 185 million opening weekends.
Yes, and then we also have Scream 6 has officially been greenlit and is apparently already in the process of filming.
Wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
Totally wild.
Well, especially because Scream 5 came out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, not even a month. Yeah, fucking wild. And finally, Dakota Johnson has signed on for a Madam Web movie made by Sony. So that should tell you everything.
Enough said. Please enjoy. We will see you guys in 3, 2, 1.
No, realistically, I don't know what my movement would be.
Kumbaya.
That's racist.
No, it's not. It's just about getting along with each other. No.
That's a movement everybody can get behind and get laid.
Get behind.
Could you imagine just like a big parade and then it's just a giant float and people, you're just throwing lays out.
It's a movement everybody can get behind because everyone's trying to get behind.
Yeah, you want to get laid and throw them a lay.
I already am scared because I feel like this segment's going on TikTok.
It is.
Oh, fuck. I was like, as soon as we start talking about sexual shit, I'm like...
The funniest shit gets the most traction, so that's what I do.
It does.
So yeah, get laid. Remember on Tony X Underground, that part when you're in Hawaii and you had to collect the lays and the mission was actually called Get Laid or something like that?
Oh.
Fantastic.
Oh, it was LAY''D.
Yeah.
There's not enough recognition of good side missions in video games.
Yeah, there's not. Because I don't think, nobody gives a fuck about side missions, I feel.
Well, dude, I will sit there and delve into side missions like none other. There's literally a side mission in The Witcher 3 where you meet this kid who's trying to find honey or something like that for his best friend. And then you come up and find out that their best friend is named Winifred, and it's a fucking bear. It's Winnie the Pooh. And then you go and meet them when they, like, after he gets his honey and shit, and you go meet them down the road, and there's a fucking pig, there's a donkey, which is Eeyore, and then there's a rabbit, all sitting together, so it's like Winnie the Pooh and the gang. I'm like, this is fucking wild.
Fuck, that almost sounds scary.
It kind of is, because they're not anthropomorphic, like, they're animal-like.
Oh, they're animal-like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking eerie.
It's a trip. What's that? Actually, now that I'm saying it, I don't know if it was The Witcher 3 or Assassin's Creed Ragnarok. It was one. I think it was Ragnarok.
Which is even weirder.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. And you know what? It would almost...
Especially because it's supposed to be real.
Yeah, I could see that being in, like, Red Dead, too.
Oh, I can see that being in Red Dead, too.
I actually watched a video, because I'll never play those fucking games. But,
Why?
I got Red Dead Redemption 2, and I got the Chapter 2, and I never played it again, because it was boring.
It's a long fucking game.
Boring as fuck. I didn't want to travel on a fucking horse.
The beginning is very drawn out. I can understand that. If there was anything you did ever play from Red Dead, go buy Red Dead, the first one, and then just play the DLC. Undead Nightmare, one of the best DLCs for video games ever.
I played that. I actually had the hard copy version on the PS3.
It was fantastic.
Back in the day.
You literally had to shoot the zombies in the head to kill them.
Yeah.
It's the only time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fucking boss.
That was pretty cool. But I was watching videos on like the creepy Easter eggs you find in Red Dead. There was one where I forgot what it's called. I think it was like called something mutant or something. It was like the bear mixed with the fucking boar.
The man bear pig thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. And then they actually like unveiled who the character was that actually experimented on that shit. It was the guy who was dying from tuberculosis. Yeah.
Well, and they said that they literally said that was pretty much just a reference to South Park with the man bear pig thing. I was like, that's fantastic.
It's pretty fucking eerie. There's a
like,
lot of eerie shit in that game that I found.
There's like a time traveler thing that's kind of fairly eerie. It's almost like Marty McFly-esque.
Yeah.
Like where you like... It kind of reminds me more of... that episode of Futurama where he has to go back in time and he wants to meet his grandpa, and then he finds out that he is his grandpa and he has to fuck his grandma. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And then
He's like, that's why I never met him.
And then there's the swamp people that you run into at night or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That game is a trip, dude.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll never play it, but I enjoy watching the videos about it.
One of the most detailed video games of all time, down to the point where the fucking horse's testicles shrink in the cold.
Right, it's fucking crazy.
It's bananas.
Yeah. And I'd say GTA 5 is pretty detailed, or not as detailed as that, but there's some points.
Oh, yeah. And it just means as soon as GTA 6 comes out, that level of realism is going up.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the rumor, like I think it was from a couple years ago, that the map on 6 is going to be like Liberty City plus like San Andreas mapped together. You'd have to fast travel. I wouldn't want to travel that fucking length.
It would be kind of dope at certain points.
Do you think that
the first time?
Do you think these new systems have the power capable of doing that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you go play the so a lot of people think that GTA 6 is going to use Unreal Engine 5.
Oh shit.
Which is what the Matrix thing is that in. And if you do that, dude, like I played it again last Saturday with Nate Medina. Shit is almost indistinguishable from real life.
Really?
Like the way cars crash, everything, it's bananas. And if they put that into Grand Theft Auto, I don't know if it's going to be good for it or bad, because that's going to, like, the level of realism would almost get annoying at certain points.
Yeah.
So
Because GTA already, especially 5, is, like, realistic looking. There's still, like, a hint of, like, cartoonish shit.
Yeah.
But that's about as realistic as you can get.
Well, because they got the face mapping down. But, dude, you do realize how long ago that game came out.
2013 it came out.
Was it 13 or 12?
Yeah, 13, because I remember I was going to Lincoln at the time and I pre-ordered it and it came with the poster and everything.
It's fucking insane how long it's been. That means it's been near 10 years by the time the game at least comes.
That shit's not coming out to like 25 or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because they barely came out yesterday, I think, and said that they're in active development.
Finally, again?
Yeah.
Well, they said that a while ago and then they scrapped it and said that they were leaving it on the burner. And now they're doing it again.
Yeah.
They also just said they went in and fixed that Grand Theft Auto trilogy remake or remaster, whatever you call that disaster.
People are off board already at this point. It's too late.
I'm like, why? I don't know why you would have wasted the time. They're like, it's fixed now. I'm like,
nobody cares.
A bit late for that, ain't it?
And it's been like, what, 3 months since it came out? 2 months?
It was at least November at the very, very latest.
Yeah.
Might have been October.
And I was actually kind of excited for that.
I was too, and then I saw the reviews and all the shit that they took out, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't
Not spending money on that.
I was like, I would rather go back and play the original version of San Andreas. Like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah. What they should do, if they were fucking smart, is go the Resident Evil route and just fully remake the shit.
For what now?
All of them. All the Grand Theft Auto games.
Yeah.
Except
if you're
for
gonna,
5.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, remake them. But even then, like, just focus on 6 for now.
Oh, yeah. No.
I'd love to see a remake of 4. Like, keep the game, the story the same, but, like, add a few gameplay things from 5 into it. And new graphics, like, they'd be sick.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, because that's my favorite one still, is 4.
See, I love 2.
Okay.
I can understand why you love 4.
Yeah, 4 is the first one I ever played, like, the story.
I think the first one I played all the way through. Actually, I guess 1 was the first one I played all the way through. But then after that, it was probably 3.
Okay.
So, I don't think I ever actually finished 4.
Wow.
So I gotta get.
That's a really good. That's my favorite story. I think 5. The story in 5 was okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was alright, but 4 is probably the best story,
Mm-hmm.
and then San Andreas is probably second, and then Vice City.
Was 5 the one where they're in Africa, or is that 6?
GTA?
No, Resident Evil.
Oh, I was talking about GTA.
Oh, if we're talking about GTA, I've finished every one of them since 3 came out.
Oh, so you were talking about Resident Evil the whole time.
Evil, yeah.
I was talking about GTA the whole time.
We definitely went in different directions.
Okay, well, to answer your question about Resident Evil, the African one is 5.
Okay.
It's Chris and Sheva.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now to go to Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. So 4. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
4 is my favorite one.
I think San Andreas still stands as my favorite. 5 being a close second, 4 being my third.
Really?
Yeah. I did love 4, but Roman got on my fucking nerves.
Yeah, he was a little
Every time
annoying.
he called me like, "Hey, cousin, let's go bowling," and I'm like, fuck off, bro.
Just ignore it every time. I'd bang that Michelle chick like 16 times.
You remember her name?
I do. Michelle.
Michelle. Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking fantastic. Can you imagine a Resident Evil 9 and Unreal Engine 5? That might be too immersive.
No, I want it. Fucking
That might make
go.
you cry, bro. Like, I'd cry. VR, Unreal Engine 5. Could you imagine that shit?
Yeah.
You might. Yeah, I might tear up if I
I'm
play
like,
that.
I got the chills at the thought. So
Yeah, you're like,
oh
thought.
Jesus.
Unreal Engine 5 for Resident Evil 4 remake.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's some assets that already leaked for that too.
If you could remake any game right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
that isn't one of the games we're talking about already.
Okay.
Unreal Engine 5.
Mhm.
Go.
Okay. I have one, but I don't know if it's gun.
Okay.
Mainly because I want that one remade any fucking way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, go ahead.
I got one.
Okay, yeah.
Silent Hill.
Oh, I didn't fucking think that might be too much. Because those games are like way more serious and scary than Resident Evil.
They're super psychological.
They're fucking sad.
Yeah.
Dude, like
Especially Silent Hill 2.
that fucking is a sad game. It's
Yeah.
not even scary. It's
I know.
fucking sad.
It's especially that ending is depressing.
Yeah, that's the only one I beat. My brother beat Origins. He beat 2. He beat 1.
Well, and you know what's
I don't
fucked
think
up?
3.
That's the only game where it makes sense to have the pyramid heads, and every other time they use the pyramid heads after that, it was like, really?
Because I think he was introduced in 2.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like his guilt.
Yeah.
That's what the pyramid head symbolizes. So after 2, pyramid head should go away, but they're like, no, it was too fucking good. We got to bring it
It's
back.
too iconic.
Yeah.
The big
I'm
ass
like,
fucking triangle and stuff.
I'm like, it's fair.
Have you seen the fucking cosplay where a guy dresses up his pyramid head, but it's made out of little Caesar boxes?
Do you ever see that video? It was like the middle of the night and it was all foggy outside, and someone was like, oh, this is my time to put on my pyramid head outfit. Just as walking through the fucking street and it's all fucking foggy.
I'd probably shoot him.
Probably would too. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, but they're just sitting there dragging the thing behind them.
That's
perfectly
fucking
still. I'm like,
asking for it. What would you do if you were driving down the street in fucking fog and you just saw that? What would you do?
probably just lock my door.
Because I
Call
don't think
the cops.
I don't think your mind would immediately go to, oh, it's just somebody fucking around.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
either.
think it's real. I'd be lying.
Well, and especially depending on the moment you catch me in.
Yeah.
Like if I'm relaxed, it would scare the fuck out of me, but I might have the wherewithal to be like, hey, I'm gonna
that's
call
cool.
the cops. Just in case, you know? I'm gonna be a Karen here. And then if I'm already pissed off, I don't think someone could physically like actually lift a hammer or whatever the fuck like that. So I think I'd probably try to take them on.
Just go on the middle of the street and like square up with them.
Square up, bitch. Yeah. But I mean, either way, it's not a great idea.
That's not a great idea. Actually, it is a good idea if you think about it. We should do it.
We have to figure out when the fuck it's gonna fog up.
It's usually gets foggy, like I think like in the beginning of summer, right? When it rains and shit. Like in the mornings, it's always foggy. That's usually like time.
if
for
it's rainy.
it. Okay.
Yeah. A lot. If there's a body of water around that cools down.
It was foggy right now when I was coming home. When I was going down. So.
Yo, you know what would have been the best time?
Huh.
Right after that fire, like the next day when it was foggy,
Oh, that'd been fucking wild.
because the ash falling.
Yeah.
It'd be just like Silent Hill.
But I was coming down 96 to turn to go to 104th. You know, by the where it smells like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was foggy right there.
96th and McKay.
Yeah, it was super foggy right there.
That area does always get foggy.
Yeah.
I would just really worry at that point though about someone running me over.
Yeah, it's dangerous right there. That's you
not
can't do that there.
safe.
I was gonna say another spot where I've been where it's really foggy. Sometimes on 120th when you go from Highway 2 when you go up 120th, like past Prairie View and you keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets super foggy sometimes. Like
Okay.
Stupid foggy, but that's
Yeah.
dangerous too.
I think doing it off the side of the road on Riverdale right before it makes that curve under the bridge would be perfect.
That'd be completely fucked.
It would be completely fucked. You know how many people would fucking drive off the road?
Somebody might shoot you. Like legit.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
But on that note, if you joined us for the SuperThwak podcast, we do have a couple of things that... Oh, wait. We have another thing we usually touch on. How was your week?
My week, it was something of a week, you know.
That's fair.
all I'll say.
That's your normal.
No, it was it was a fast week, which was kind of depressing because like, you know, you have the weeks where it just feels like one long day. Mm-hmm. It's like that's fucked.
Yeah, those have their benefit of like, oh, I don't have to go to work tomorrow, but at the same time, you're just like, it becomes a struggle to get through that week.
Yeah, and I will say I didn't have to go to work Wednesday. We were closed on Wednesday, which was kind of cool.
Weather.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So I got a lot done that day. So that was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah. How was your week?
So other than Sunday night, it's been fairly uneventful. So went to the liquor store at about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Lick stow.
The liquor store. And started moving all the boxes and displays and everything out of the way so we could strip the floor because it probably hadn't been like given a proper cleaning in at least 5 years. Like it just looked rough. So we stripped it, mopped it, polished it, got it all ready. Then we had to move everything back, and I had both of my kids there with me, just kind of chilling in the office to kind of keep them busy because I didn't have anybody to watch them because it was me, my parents, my wife, and our kids. Mm-hmm. And my wife and my mom and my kids all left at like 3 a.m. because we're like, oh, it's getting late. Like the kids need to go to bed. And then me and my dad didn't get home until 8:50 in the morning. So it was... Dude, I almost crashed the car on the way home.
Really?
He's like, can you drive? And I'm like, yeah, I should be all right. He's like, we got to stop at the bank real quick, though. I'm like, okay. We go start going, like getting really close to the bank, start doing this turn, and I start falling asleep. I'm like, yeah, you got to take over, dude. Oh, this is going to be bad. He's like, all right. And then I fell asleep on him while he was driving. He's like, you son of a bitch. But other than that, man, it wasn't a bad week. That was definitely the hardest day of the week. And then other than that, just kind of relax with the family, trying out dieting and exercising, filming for the new version of the ThwakJak vlog.
How did that go? Because I saw you film, and I'm like, I don't know if you're going to use the clip with me flipping you off, but
I'll probably throw it in there, but
okay.
I'll also probably film you one more time before that.
Okay.
Throw a couple things in. I might not even put that in this version. I might do it in the next one.
Okay.
Because we be talking shit.
You be talking shit?
In that video.
We did?
We did. We'll talk later.
Okay. It was like...
And so it's just... It's been interesting just trying to see what I want to put in the vlog, especially because like I talked about the fact that I was on keto, and today I got so fucking sick of it because I'm so tired of like the restrictions. So I'm like, I might do something that's a little bit more balanced and easier to follow, but right. I'm gonna keep working out. This is actually the longest stretch I've ever gone of like working out consistently. I've missed 1 week of the last 2.5 months.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm doing good, at least with consistency. I can definitely tell a difference in certain things, like especially like my chest. My chest isn't where I want it to be, but I can definitely tell that it's gotten bigger, and I can lift more. Squats, I can lift a lot more. I can't tell any difference in my legs yet, other than the fact that I can lift more.
Okay.
So I'm definitely happy with certain results that I've gotten, but I do know that it's going to be a long journey. So
okay, cool.
Definitely excited.
Yeah, I definitely felt the same things, like as far as like noticing like physical change.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see.
Even just with the way like I feel like I can walk around, like I still got a belly, but I'm like I feel slightly more confident to where I'm like I don't feel like the fat slob that I was. And I mean, not that I wasn't semi-healthy, because like I had already gained muscle from the last time I lost weight, but it definitely didn't. It's helped.
I got so confident at work, and when I took my hoodie off, my shirt came with it, and I was like, oh,
I'll just leave the shirt off.
I didn't mean to do that, and I slowly put the shirt back on.
All seductively and shit. He's all...
Yeah. It is what it is. Once I get more defined, I'm gonna wear get a t-shirt and cut it to where it's like, a big ass.
One of them ones that the dudes wear in the gym.
I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'll get told to change.
I would love to one day be able to get as big as some of those dudes in the gym. Mm-hmm. And then I see other dudes that are gigantic, and I'm like, and I'll cut the line right there. I want to still be able to wipe my own ass.
Do you think they have what are those toilets that spray you in the asshole?
A bidet?
Yeah, they probably have bidets.
I mean, hey, fuck, my wife. I'm not even gonna go into that. My wife showed me a TikTok video, and it was initially like a guy sent a video to his daughter about the fact that he just bought a bidet. And he's like, I just sat on the toilet for like 15 minutes and I was trying out the settings. And then a couple minutes later, I was walking around the house and I was like, I really got to fart. So he's like, I farted and I had like 2 liters of water just shoot out of my ass. I was like, it's fucking raw, bro.
Oh, God.
But yeah.
I want to try a bidet. They have bidets in Vegas.
I feel slightly uncomfortable with the idea of a bidet.
I think it's like you have to try it once in your life.
That's what people say about a lot of things, but
And then you'll like be wanting to buy a bidet. I need this.
I don't know. It's conflicted feelings on said thing.
Conflict. They probably have those at the Bellagio. If you were to stay there.
I mean,
out of anywhere.
I'd have to be able to afford the Bellagio,
Yeah.
so
Get one night. Get 2 hours.
$3,000.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, fuck. But, on that note, it's time to send the news.
It's time to send the fucking news. Okay, so for the first...
You sounded like a chicken.
I was gonna say I sounded like a cow when I said news.
Wasn't that a TV show? No, it was Cow Chicken. Chicken Cow?
Cow and chicken.
Cow and Chicken, yeah.
Cow and chicken.
I used to love that shit.
I had the... Okay, I don't want to get too far into it, but I had the DS game. It was Cartoon
Yes.
Network Racing. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I had Dexter's Chess.
I didn't have that.
It was fucking...
I didn't fuck with Dexter. I thought he was a queer.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just going to leave that in the open.
his mom, though.
What?
She's thick. All
All
right.
right, so anyway, the first news topic, I think we'll go with the biggest one. As it relates to us, yeah. So the Batman is officially projected to open at 135 to 185 million in the opening weekend domestically,
I'll be honest.
which is wild.
It is wild. But I'll be honest. I really don't care what it opens up at. Other than to say I hope it's successful. I just hope it's good.
I do too. If it's good, which it is going to be good, but if it's great, like I think it is, I'll be fine with whatever.
Here's my biggest wish, okay? One day I would love it if Batman could have a film
Yeah.
where he breaks all the Disney records.
This
Where
might be it.
it becomes the #1 highest grossing film of all time.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
It would be fantastic.
Yeah.
The fact that Spider-Man is only, the other day, was 23 million away from knocking off Avatar.
It's almost at 2 bill, right? It won't reach 2 bill, but it was like a 1.8 something.
Just domestic.
Oh, domestically, okay.
Because you can't count Spider-Man as global because it didn't open in China.
Fuck that shit.
China is arguably a bigger box office than the U.S.
Yeah, if China opened with it, I think No Way Home would have been at 2 billion already.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
But the only thing, I don't know. There's a lot of things that China wouldn't, doesn't mesh with China's viewpoints in that film.
Like what? I didn't see anything in that movie that would have been like wild for them.
They have a lot of censorship stuff. They would not allow stuff like the multiverse, which is why Doctor Strange will also not be in China.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to think of a way to say this that sounds politically correct.
Well, I never heard of anything like this.
They don't allow the devil in their media either. So
What the fuck does that have to do with multiverse?
no, I'm just saying, like, it's things that they don't allow. And because it's so fantastical and sci-fi, but people strongly believe it could be a potential thing, they don't allow it because it's pseudoscience. They don't want people to, like, go into shit like that.
So that one movie, Everywhere, All at Once or whatever the new movie A24 movie's called with the Chinese actors that deals with the multiverse. You're telling me that won't play in China
Probably not.
with Chinese actors?
Probably not. I mean, would it surprise you?
Well, that didn't.
If it
Well, because
didn't-
because I never heard of this. Like, not like in the multiverse.
I don't think Parasite even played in China.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure China only allows 43 movies in a year. For
Definitely
the
played in
US.
South Korea.
Well, yeah.
Well, no,
it's from South Korea.
Parasite's not a South Korean movie, so it might have.
How's
I mean,
it-
it's not an American movie; it's a South Korean movie.
Well, that's what. But they only allow 43 films from all other countries a year.
Really?
Yeah. So they're very selective. It's one of those things. It's just a theory I've heard on the multiverse and China stuff. But you have to think they had the option to have the biggest film of the last 3 years in China, and they refused it for some reason.
I think it was more for COVID because at the time, when in December, I think they were hit hard, worse than us at the time.
Maybe, but dude, they did gangbusters on Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Oh yeah, that was what, November, October. That was September.
September?
Yeah, so it wasn't even hitting hard over here yet at that time.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it
So.
is just that, but they refuse to have the film play, and they still have theaters open.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
I think the Batman might have a better chance of opening up over there. It's not so fantastical.
see, there's only. I hope it does for its sake,
Yeah.
but it has a whole lot of that like conspiracy theory, corrupt government stuff underneath
Oh,
that
yeah,
China
that's
wouldn't
true.
like. So
Yeah. I think even without China, this movie's going to make... my original projection was like 700 million worldwide, but I think now it's like 8 to a bill.
I would say closer to a bill.
Yeah, because if this thing opens at 185 opening weekend domestically, or even like 190, then yeah, it'll...
Well, they're getting $60 from me, so that's all
Yeah.
I can say.
Yeah.
I'm going at least 3 times, and
Oh, yeah.
at least 2 of those times I'll probably have to bring my wife. So.
Yeah, and opening night's going to be wild. Be on the lookout on YouTube. There might be a video
Yes.
related to opening night.
Yes.
We should vlog that. We'll vlog it.
Oh yeah, 100.
We'll vlog
100%.
it. Yeah.
We haven't done a vlog in a long time.
This is the perfect one. We got a carpool though.
Oh, that yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you're driving, so you can drive my drunk ass home.
You can be drunk?
I mean, they serve alcohol at the Alamo.
Oh, we're not going to Alamo anymore because we're going Dolby. So that's at AMC.
They serve alcohol at the AMC now.
Oh, they do. They got the. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna be drunk either way.
I mean, I don't know. I'm honestly kind of tired of drinking at this point. Owning a liquor store doesn't help.
Yeah, like that. What's the name of the liquor store?
Town Center Liquors.
Okay, plug it.
Town Center. So
Plug it.
recently inherited a liquor store off of 64th in Indiana in Arvada, Colorado. It's called Town Center Liquors. If you want to come in and see us and buy some liquor, come on through.
Yes, sir.
That's about all I got.
Okay, cool.
I can't promise any discounts
Yeah.
yet.
So yeah, the Batman. What do you think? Realistically, what do you think is gonna make like opening weekend domestically?
It depends. Do we stay? So Masks just got booted in
Yeah.
Colorado.
I'm still wearing that bitch.
I'm not. Fuck.
Okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
No, yeah.
But see, that's going to be one of the bigger things. Is do we get another spike before this film comes out?
No.
There's no reason to, other than Valentine's Day. Or does this get blamed for another spike
I don't know because we're starting to wind down in the winter season.
again?
Yeah, so like I told you, once spring comes around, it's going to go back to how it was last summer when everything's fine. And then next winter, we're going to have another variant called Exodia.
Don't go with the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card shit.
But no, I think, yeah, it's going to be March, and I don't think there will be a spike. I don't think so.
Okay.
I would hope not.
So, hypothetically speaking, everything goes right.
Yeah.
We're on track.
Yeah.
This is the biggest film since Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
easily.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing else playing that weekend. Nothing else comes out that
And
weekend.
nothing really big comes out again until May,
Sonic.
April.
Yeah, that's the biggest, which I don't...
But it's like a month later.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
there's plenty of time.
Yep.
We're almost 2 months removed from Spider-Man, and it's still making money
Yeah.
with Scream and other big names out there.
And once this movie comes out, people's attention is going to shift.
Oh yeah. I think that Sonic will be the film that parents will take their kids to,
Yeah.
but they'll also probably take, most of those same people will take their kids to go watch Batman a month before.
I think I disagree in an aspect. Based off of the rating and based off of the trailers and based off of that funeral scene, I don't think this is a movie where you take like your 4, 5, 6-year-old to, because I don't think they're going to understand it, and it might be too long.
So hypothetically, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's Batman.
True.
I mean,
but
do you remember Batman Returns?
this is dark in a different way, though.
Okay, it is dark in a different way, but that literally lost Warner Brothers a partnership with McDonald's.
Yeah, mainly because of the imagery. It was more like comic dark, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it was still fucking dark. They
it was
literally
still dark.
threw a baby in the river, bro.
They did. But this one, I don't know. It just seems like a straight like horror movie, like mystery movie, to the point where it might be so deep that a kid won't be into it other than the Batman fighting scenes.
Not even too deep. I think too grounded.
Yeah, too grounded.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I think that kids can wrap their brain, like, especially kids now, can wrap their brains around some shit where you're just like, I would have never caught that when I was a kid. My little brother and my son will catch shit that I don't get now, and I'm like, yeah, I caught that too.
Right.
But I don't know, man. It all just kind of depends. I'm not against taking my son.
Oh no, for sure.
But it would be on like the third or fourth viewing when people aren't really in the theaters anymore, so my kids can't annoy other people.
Yeah, if I had a kid, I'd definitely take that fucker.
Oh yeah, it's not
thing.
a hard decision to make for me, honestly.
It depends. Yeah, like I said, the only thing that would worry me is the runtime. Like if say my kid was like 4, I don't know if I'd do it. It depends on if the kid has an attention span.
Kenneth.
Does he?
Kenneth and JoJo made it all the way through Spider-Man. No sleeping, and they were so fucking excited the whole time.
But that's a different kind of movie.
I mean, I get that.
That's
it's
fun
like,
action the whole time.
What is that, like 2 hours and
40 something?
Yeah,
no, it was 2 hours and 40 something.
Yeah. So they and I get that there's a lot more going on. It has the Marvel formula
It's
where
more childish.
It is. It's definitely more geared towards.
Yeah. This looks
family.
like you can fucking study this bitch, Batman.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's the thing though, because like you were able to do that with The Dark Knight too, but people had a fucking blast with that.
Yeah. I think this movie's gonna make that movie look like child's play.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. That's like always been my dream with a Batman film.
I just hope they really delve into his like mental health.
Oh, yeah.
And like have sequences of like I don't know if I told you, but I told my friend at work I think it'd be cool to have a sequence where he's having a complete like mental breakdown, and him as Batman, he's like fighting Bruce Wayne.
I think me and you talked about this, almost like the scene at the end of Arkham Knight.
Kind of, yeah.
Where with the Joker.
Yeah. Or he like Batman like takes Bruce Wayne and like holds him up to like a wall or some shit and like beats the shit out of him or something like that.
I could see some really dope imagery just like out of what you said. Like it would definitely work.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy with it.
Yes.
I could see it ending with like a broken mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't give a number yet though. For what it would make opening weekend.
Oh, opening weekend. You said about 185.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 115.
115.
See, I want it to make more. I'm just tempering my expectations.
Okay. If it hits over 180, then yeah, it's wild. But 115, yeah, that's setting it low for sure.
Yeah. I think it's just a safe zone for me.
Okay.
So.
What if we're both wrong and it fucking goes like over 200? Which would be Spider-Man money.
More power to him. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. It is anything that will guarantee me a sequel to this shit. Go to the theaters, please, God.
Yeah, and I think once it hits like 300 million or around 300 million, that's when they'll break even. Because you got to
marketing
and everything else.
Yeah,
because it costs 100 million just to make it,
but
with marketing and everything else, it's probably like.
You know what I have forgotten about in the midst of all this? At one point, Jonah Hill was supposed to be involved.
Oh yeah, he was rumored to be the Penguin, which I was fine with at the time.
Yeah, and it still wouldn't have been the worst thing.
Oh, not the Penguin, Riddler.
Riddler or the Penguin.
Yeah,
he hadn't decided which part he wanted to play.
And Josh Gad was also rumored as the Penguin, which I didn't want fucking Josh Gad.
No,
I would have fucking shot somebody.
I wouldn't have watched the film.
Really? You hate him that bad? I don't like him either as an actor.
He's so overexposed. I like him in a couple things, but that is not the thing to put him in.
He just reminds me of one of the theater kids in high school.
If he's going to play a Batman villain, Condiment King. Like, he's that fucking irrelevant. Like, I cannot stand him. But the fact that the only reason that Jonah Hill's not in the film is because he asked for more money than even Robert Pattinson is making.
I'm like, you're not going to make more than the fucking Batman.
He asked for $10 million, and Robert Pattinson might be making $2 million.
Yeah. But there might be something in his contract to where this movie makes a shit ton of money. He's going to be making fucking bank,
Robert
bro.
Downey Jr. type back-end deal. Money. Like, even if you have the thing of like, oh, it has to break even first, though, you're still making money. This thing's gonna get well over.
Plus, this thing might break even in the fucking opening weekend.
You're right, so it's like, you're fine. Keep going.
Yeah, and plus the trilogy's already announced anyway. He's attached to 3 movies.
God,
He deserves it.
He's a fucking troll, though.
He deserves every fucking success of this.
Oh, I agree. But he needs to quit trolling people about his physique.
I know,
because he came out in that trailer, and I was like, he looks great. I don't get what the fucking issue was now.
he looks like he got as built as he could for his body.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He looks fit.
Yeah,
he looks like he could. He has a martial artist body.
yeah, and he might get bigger because you figure he's a younger Batman.
Yeah,
and when he gets older, he might get bigger too.
yeah, and I mean he's tall enough, and I forgot
like
I forgot how in shape he was for fucking Twilight back in the day. He had a full fucking 6-pack.
Yeah,
or like 8-pack.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know why we were ever worried about this.
yeah, and he looks even bigger than that.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely put on.
Yeah,
meat. It's crazy.
And I think he's 6'2".
Makes about sense.
Yeah,
I think
and with
Batman's supposed to be a little bit taller, but that's fine.
Yeah, and with his boots, you saw the boots in the trailer. Like,
Yeah.
he's fucking tall, so he might be like 6'4".
I'm still so happy with the homemade aspect of the suit, dude.
Yeah, and if you read the book that I told you about,
I bought it tonight. I haven't. I gotta
you
start
read it? It's 2 hours long.
That's not bad.
It
at
ain't
all.
shit. But towards the end, they kind of like, you can tell they kind of like rush through shit they skip over certain shit. You can tell they don't want to give shit away. But
I'm good with that.
But it is interesting. Yeah,
That's fair.
That's all I'll say.
Okay. Next story, sir.
Next story is Scream 6 has been greenlit. Is that how you say it? Greenlit? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna start filming this summer, which is really fucking soon.
Why?
Money.
I mean, I get that, but dude, we talked about this not last week, but the week before.
Mm-hmm.
About the fact that horror movies have a horrible track record as far as, oh, we found success with this. Let's fucking push another one out next week. It makes no fucking sense. Saw was great until
After 3.
after 3 because it was Saw, and then a year or 2 later it was Saw 2, and then every year after that it was Saw.
Yeah.
And you're like, I see why this got run into the ground really fucking quick. It's hard to keep continuity when you're constantly writing.
It was a fucking gimmick because it was even a year from 1 to 2 to 3, but after 3 they were like, oh, this is a fucking Halloween thing. It's a fucking gimmick at this point.
Yeah,
where you gotta fucking sell that, and like boom, 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 boom.
Dude, that shit just
and it kept making money.
Oh, I mean, it made money, but there's a reason they had to cancel it after fucking 7 films, and then they bring it back with Jigsaw, and that didn't do great.
R.I.P., bro.
And then Spiral,
which did all right. Yeah. Actually, it didn't even do all right. It didn't do that good.
But it also came out during pandemic time.
That's true.
So it gets a little bit of slack.
A little bit of a pass. I don't know if they'll make a new one. Well, they already announced Saw 10.
X.
Saw X, yeah. In space? Jason X? That'd be fucking fantastic.
I don't know how the fuck we would make that work. I'd entertain it, okay?
Some astronaut is pissed off at everybody, one of his crewmates, and he fucking like says traps up in a fucking space shuttle.
Oh, fuck. So, basically, Saw 5 did very well.
Scream 5.
Scream 5 did very well.
It did very well, and the fans want a push to Scream 6 too, which is part of the problem.
Okay, and I get that.
Yeah. I wasn't one of them.
But can we just wait a minute? Like,
hey, you're going to do it? Like, can you wait like 2 years?
At least. Dude, even superhero films do not follow up that quickly. Spider-Man gets a fucking film every 2 years.
Yeah.
The Avengers, the first 2 films, I think it was like
12 and
12 and
15.
15.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like 18, 19. But
Yeah.
they filmed that one at the same
It was
those two at the
one
same time.
story altogether. Yeah.
So it was like
It made sense.
Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2 were like 3 years apart.
Plus, those have the cachet. They had to do that.
Oh, yeah. But they're building up like a specific
Yeah.
thing. Whereas like they had no fucking plan for Scream 6.
No.
You guarantee they didn't. They got pushed into that by the studio.
Yep. Wait, and then they're already filming? So, like, did they write the script after, like, 2 weeks of Scream 5 being out and seeing how, like, successful it was? They're like, all right, let's fucking rush a script?
Don't say that. That really scares me. Like,
Yeah. Or what if they did have a plan for, like, a new trilogy and they just didn't show it yet?
if so, fine. But you would almost be able to feel that in the film, wouldn't you?
I mean, you kind of can if you force it to make sense that way. Because I get it. There's a brand new main character, and you can go off from there, but that's the only indication. That's the only reason why you would.
It's fair enough.
Yeah. But then at the same time, like, if you're going to make another 2 sequels or who knows how many, the chance of you fucking it up. You already hit a high with Scream 5.
Oh, yeah.
Like, surprising a lot of people with it. You don't want to ruin that.
No, like, we should literally take our time with more shit. Like,
Yeah, or just not do it.
everybody's so worried about, like, missing out on their moment anymore that they rush fucking everything.
Yeah.
To the
Especially
point,
horror films.
horror films and fucking TV shows, like,
Yeah. Book of Boba Fett.
didn't really feel like it was needed. Like, to the point where I've seen the first episode and that's it so far. Like, it just didn't catch me. I will watch it, but I'm just like, it's taken me a minute to, like, catch on to it.
The last 2 episodes I heard got the most positive reviews, and the Boba Fett's not even in them.
That's what I heard. as well.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it sounds dope, but, like, Peacemaker's out, so.
Oh, I still got to watch that.
Episode 6 came out yesterday.
Okay.
One of the funniest shows I've ever fucking watched.
Really?
It's Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad had a lot of funny moments. Think of every John Cena moment in that movie. Crank it up to fucking
Constantly.
constant. There is one scene, and I think it's episode. It's either 4 or 5, and he has this fucking moment where he just keeps like antagonizing this dude and saying wild shit off the top of his head, and you're like, was that in the script, or does that shit he just came up with? Because putting that much on paper would blow my fucking mind. Like, he just is constantly going. He's calling him all these things, and you're just like, where are you fucking getting this? It's fantastic. He can pull off dialogue, especially comedic dialogue, like none other.
Yeah, The Rock went the action way, and it worked for him, and John Cena definitely like the comedic actor.
And honestly, that is the best way to make anything action-centric that he does work.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, he has comedy chops that The Rock doesn't. The Rock is
Definitely.
decent when
Yeah.
it comes to comedy, but he does not have that timing.
Yep.
Like, there is fucking something. I mean, a lot of that is WWE for both of them. Like,
Yeah.
their personas that they had in the ring and everything definitely lent themselves to their future careers.
For
So
sure.
it definitely helped out.
Yeah. But yeah, getting back to Scream.
Do we have to?
I'll watch it, but like I said, my main thing is like if this was the perfect finale to the franchise to me.
That's fair.
Yeah, once you see it, you'll see. But yeah, it's just when things are successful.
I just wish it were to come to a streaming service so I could watch it now instead of going to a theater, just because I'm like, I haven't had a whole lot of time lately.
The only way that it would have been enjoyable to watch in the theater was like the first couple weeks when there's people there. Because if you watch it by yourself, it's not as fun. Like with no audience interaction.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things are that way anymore,
Yeah.
though. Whereas Spider-Man, I will say one of my favorite things about Spider-Man was watching audience reactions.
Fucking tight.
Especially when I went with my kid the second time. And there was one dude who, like, the hype hadn't died down right in front of us. And he starts fucking, like, screaming and, are you just making sure that the spoiler... I know!
Spoiler. No spoiler alert. Fuck you.
When Daredevil came on
Yeah.
screen, and he fucking, like, lost his mind. And to the point where, like, I did a similar thing in my first screening, but it felt so, like, cringy watching one person do it in a sea of like 300 people.
Were you super audible the first time?
Oh yeah,
I was too.
I was like, I remember I would either like get loud or I'd start squeezing my wife's hand, being like, yo, 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 and she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Like, especially when the Daredevil thing came out, I'm like, I didn't even see who it was, and I started freaking out because I was like, I seen this picture on the fucking internet.
Yep.
Like, it's way too easy to figure it out.
Which that John Campea kind of ruined it a little bit by releasing those pictures.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but at the same time, that probably made it to where more people showed up opening weekend.
Right, to see if it was fucking true. It was fucking real. And yeah, opening after Batman is gonna be fucking wild too.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be fucking nuts.
So obviously they're doing Scream 6.
Yes.
So does that make Scream 7 like a virtual guarantee?
I would think so. Because now at this point I don't see Scream 6 not making a lot of money. Especially I think Scream 5 was made for like 20-something million.
Oh wow.
Or 30-something million, which 6 will probably be similar. And when you make horror movies at that low of a budget, it's almost guaranteed to make its budget back.
100%.
That's the Blumhouse formula.
Oh yeah. And it's been working great.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the Scream TV show?
I actually started watching it. Only episode 2.
Is it any good?
It was Bella Thorne was in the first episode.
Was she the Drew Barrymore character basically?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, she got offed. But it's alright so far. It's a typical fucking like mid 2000s teen show.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense because it was on MTV.
Yeah.
One thing, another side note. One thing I did love her in is The Babysitter.
I haven't watched it yet.
So fucking good. That and the sequel, Killer Queen. Watch them both. They're fantastic.
Really?
So good.
Okay.
One of my favorite comedy films of the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sequel's really good, but it has the chick from X.
Oh, Jenna Ortega?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like the first thing I really remember her in, other than that Disney show she had.
Yeah, I never knew she was in Disney show. The first time I saw her was in You season 2.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen You.
Yeah, and then Scream, and now she just in a new movie that just appeared on HBO Max, The Fallout.
Yeah.
And now she's gonna be an X. So she's fucking
I'm looking
starting
forward
to
to that one.
Yeah, it looks wild.
Especially now that I've seen the trailer for Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out yesterday or the day before. I'm like, it's the same fucking movie without the porn.
And not even that. It's a horror. They took the fucking premise from the new Halloween movie.
Oh yeah.
The main chick from the old movie comes back years later to get revenge on him. I'm like,
It is not even as iconic of an actress. No. So
and it's not even the same actress.
Yeah, so it's like,
I'm like the same character, different actress. I'm like, why?
yeah, she's probably dead.
The worst part of that trailer is at the end when they're on the bus and they all take the phones out, and the guy's like, "You try anything, you're canceled, bro." And I'm like, why? What the fuck? That scene's gonna be cool because it's gonna be violent as fuck.
Oh,
it's gonna kill everybody on that fucking bus. But
that'll be a trip.
yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting to watch, but
it's only on Netflix, so you know it's gonna be.
I'd rather
not that great.
I'd rather see a House of Wax remake at this point.
Good God, I used to watch that.
I used to
remake.
love
mainly
that
because of
movie.
Alicia Cuthbert. Because that's when I was like, had a huge crush on her. But I watched that a lot. Paris Hilton was horrible in it.
That movie and Girl Next Door did a lot for me as an adolescent.
I literally had every movie she was in. I made my mom buy like a bunch of movies from online from her.
I'm happy that that's the direction you went with the conversation instead of what I thought you were going to say. If Justice was here, he would have said something a little more wild.
that too.
That too.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's fair.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Jesus Christ. I think we got enough out of Scream.
Yeah,
What
that
is-
is to be said.
What is our last piece of news, good sir?
The last piece of news is Dakota Johnson has officially signed on for the Sony Madam Web movie.
And moving on. Just kidding. I just don't want to talk about
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. Fucking Sony continues to fucking build their Spider-Verse. I don't know how it's gonna work. She's half spider, supposed to be, but I don't know what angle they're gonna take with this fucking movie.
Is she going to get whipped?
Is it the origin story? Oh yeah, somebody posted a picture. You know, Madam Web wears the sunglass looking thing. Somebody just took a picture from 50 Shades of Grey where she's blindfolded. I'm like, damn, it looks like it. But I don't know the angle that they're gonna take with this fucking movie. I didn't think it was necessary, but they keep doing it.
You'd think they would need to like establish like their footing first, and like actually have a plan
Yeah,
for everything else.
I don't think they do. They're just.
I would
going with
rather
the
see
flow.
an animated version of that, so it's not connected to anything.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see a Madam Web in a live action movie, but not a whole movie dedicated to
Yeah.
her.
It would need to be like a Spider-Verse film. I'm fine with her like pulling the strings,
Yeah.
but her own movie, like, we don't need a fucking Morbius movie. Honestly, if we're being 100% honest, we should have waited a while longer for a Venom movie.
Or if you're gonna do a Venom movie, take it serious, especially with that cast. Because when they announced Venom, I thought it was gonna be like legit like horror movie or
And they
some
needed
shit.
better world building. And it would have
Yeah.
been better as a horror film.
Yeah.
Sony doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
No.
At
And-
this point, it would be better to have Sony hand the reins over to Marvel.
Yeah, and like I've always said, movies like this, based on comic books, they shouldn't be that hard to make.
They're really not.
You shouldn't be like, you shouldn't fuck them up as bad as they do.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Like me and you talked last week or the week before. I am not an experienced writer.
No.
I am not an experienced filmmaker. We each have one thing under our belt,
Yeah.
and you have more of the writing under your belt.
Yeah.
I could make a better Green Arrow film than they could make a Morbius movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like tomorrow,
yeah.
with no budget.
Yeah.
Like that's how dog shit that looks to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch it.
I forgot Morbius is coming out.
Don't make me watch it.
April 1st, right? Yeah, April 1st. Well, for now.
That's a joke.
And then we get there, and then it'll be like, oh, come in
Just kidding.
June 2023.
Can we just not release it?
Yeah, it's the new Mutants at this point. It got pushed back more than it has
New Mutants looked better than this.
in the trailers.
I mean, I'm not saying it was good.
Yeah.
I watched like the first quarter and I was like,
I
Yeah.
see.
okay. It's a film.
It was getting hyped up as this fucking like legit horror movie, and it was,
Well, and especially after Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, they're going to connect the mutants now. And I was like, I'll try to watch it. And then I saw parts of it and I was like, no, I'm good.
I'm good, fam.
I made it more through Fanforstic than I did that piece of shit.
Van Forstig at least had the idea was there.
Yeah. It was a very weird and dark version of Fantastic Four that I never expected.
Like that guy's. That's what I mean. Like that base idea of turning that into like a body horror movie.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
It was brilliant.
but
if
not
the
the way it was
studio didn't get
executed.
involved.
Yeah,
And Josh Trank should have shut the fuck up so he could have gotten another chance.
and he was supposed to make a Boba Fett movie too after that.
Oh,
Thank God that
fucking
fell
idiot.
through. Because Chronicle was good, but that might be
Oh.
the only thing he ever makes.
No, because he's working on something now.
Is he?
I don't know what it is though. Let me look up on the IMDb.
MDB.
The IMDb.
Sorry guys, we're going off on this because I think the Madam Web thing that's all we've had to say on that.
Well, I mean, no, we connected everything because we're still talking about the fact that Sony can't make a good fucking film.
That's true. It's yet to be seen. The only thing we've seen is Venom. They keep announcing fucking movies and they never fucking release them. I remember when Black Cat and Silver Sable was supposed to be a movie
That would actually be really good.
from Sony.
No, as a film, Black and Silver would be a dope fucking film by anybody else. By any other studio. They will greenlight any piece of shit they find, it feels like. They're like, oh, it involves a superhero? You got it!
They're gonna fucking greenlight another Howard the Duck movie.
He was in the Capone movie.
Who?
Josh Trank.
Oh, he directed the Capone movie.
Yeah!
What's it called?
Capone.
No, I thought it was.
Capone! With,
Yeah,
Homeboy?
well, the original title was something different, and they changed it to Capone. Yeah, I forgot what it was. It was something that was like a fucking out of left field. It was a single word too.
I could probably find it if I just look up trivia.
Original Capone.
Oh, really?
And Linda Cardellini was in that movie too.
In Capone?
Yeah, she's his wife.
I love her.
I love her, dude. Ever since Scooby Doo.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
I love
I did things to myself to her.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
Oh.
And then she's also great as Hawkeye's wife.
Eh.
I mean, she doesn't do shit,
Yeah.
but she's very supportive.
Have you seen the show Dead to Me on Netflix with Christina Applegate?
Her and Christina
Yeah.
Applegate.
I find her attractive too. I've
I
always have.
loved her in Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
And
When she had the big
Anchorman.
hair.
yeah.
Oh,
And
Anchorman.
Anchorman was fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Anchorman 2 was less so, but it was still fun.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah. I did love the Anchorman fight at the end, though.
With Will Smith and Ben
Yep.
Stiller.
Oh, dude, that one was all over the place. You had fucking John C. Reilly.
Drake was in the beginning of the movie.
I think,
He had the big afro and everything.
yeah. Kanye was at the end in the fucking
That's true.
anchor. He was one of the MTV anchors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, there was so many on that one. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, it was-
And then you got fucking Vince Vaughn back.
Yep.
That shit made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we obviously try to get away from the Madam Web shit as much
It's
as
happening. I
possible.
love Dakota Johnson, so I'll see it.
I don't
but
mind her. I just can't remember anything I've seen with her since the gray shit.
She was in Black Mass with Johnny Depp.
Haven't seen that yet.
She was pretty good in that. She was in 21 Jump Street. That was before that, but
21.
yeah, she's remember the two female cops that always antagonize Jonah Hill and
Oh yeah, they're part of the Jump Street program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in some other shit too, but nothing like big since then.
I'm just curious because
She's also Don Johnson's daughter.
really,
Yeah.
damn, that's wild. So obviously 50 Shades, Social Network,
Oh yeah.
50 Shades, 50 Shades. Am I okay? The Lost Daughter.
Oh, that's that one's getting Oscar buzz. The Lost Daughter.
The Lost Daughter.
Yeah.
The High Note. Our Friend. The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh, I never seen it.
I haven't either.
Never saw it.
It looks really good, and I bought it like 2 years ago. Oh, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Oh yeah, that movie didn't do good at all.
I didn't hear anything about it. Suspiria.
Oh, I still gotta watch that.
How to Be Single.
I know.
Black Mass.
Oh, yeah, Black Mass.
Veil. Chloe and Theo.
Never heard of it.
And Need for Speed.
Oh God.
She's in The Office? Apparently.
I don't recall.
I don't either. It's probably a small part. 5-year engagement.
Then again, I tend to forget a lot of what happened in the last 2 seasons, so she could have been there.
True. I mean, I will say that is one show that did get me to cry.
Oh, I cried in that show many times.
The last 2 episodes, I had a really hard time keeping it in.
I cried during fucking Jim and Pam's wedding episode.
That was beautiful too.
Yeah, and that's the first episode I ever watched.
I will say, like, there were so many moments in those last 2, or those last 2 episodes killed me. Like, what was that one really annoying girl's name? She was the front desk lady after Pam.
Oh, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she found, I didn't even really like her as a character that much, but when they're at that Q&A thing on the last episode,
Oh, yeah.
and her mom and dad are there,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah.
That was some good shit, but especially the Pam and Jim stuff.
Yeah, their relationship went through a lot of ups and downs.
I didn't like the pressure they put on the relationship in that last season, though.
Yeah.
With the camera guy, I was like, oh, this shit was so artificial.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
It was, yeah, it was,
They made her like a super shrew for no reason.
yeah.
She seemed like the perfect wife the whole way through the show until the last season.
Yep.
Then she was so bitter.
Yep.
Made no sense. So
Was that the last story?
that was the last story.
That was the last story then.
And we have a nice little tangent express to go along. Not that we
Yeah.
haven't been going on tangents all day, but we have decided that once a week, once per podcast, for the next, what would that be, like?
Month.
Oh, fuck.
4 weeks.
We might even have to throw in a couple extra podcasts in the middle just to get through it.
Oh, yeah, because there's a lot of movies. Well, we can combine the Schumacher ones together.
7.
We'll combine let's combine. This week we're doing 89 this week. Next week we'll do Returns. And then the next week after that we'll combine the Schumacher ones. And then the next week after that we'll combine the Nolan ones.
So 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
So this week, 89. Next week, Returns. And then Schumacher, Nolan.
Nolan, yeah.
Okay, it's fair.
1989
was and still is my favorite version of Batman.
You're out of your mind.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I respect it, but you're out of your mind.
Michael Keaton, especially for being such an left pick for Batman.
Especially at the time, because he was just a comedic actor at the time.
And it made me think so many things about Batman as a kid that I found out that weren't real, like the fact that Joker didn't kill his parents.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? It completely like turned a lot of, most people our age at least, and young, older people that were around in 1989 because we were -5.
Yeah, because my dad, what was that, 1989?
Yeah.
So my dad was 13. He said his uncle took him to that movie the day it came out.
And that has to blow some people's minds.
Yeah.
Just based off of the fact that the most recent portrayal of Batman on screen before that was doing the go-go dance with Cleopatra.
Yeah, very different tones.
Yeah.
Very different Batman. This is when Batman was starting to being taken serious as a character.
And all due respect to Adam West, his Batman has a place in time and a very fond place in a lot of people's hearts. But if we're talking what is loyal to the character of Batman, that one didn't really get anywhere near as close as Keaton's did.
Yeah.
And that was still pretty far off.
And Batman wasn't even looked at as a serious character until the Keaton movie.
No, because of 1966 TV show, it was a joke.
Yep.
And it took a long time for the comics to fix that.
Yep.
And then I can't remember the name of the producer, but he has produced every Batman film because he made it his life's work to make a serious Batman film. He even teaches a college class about Batman.
Wow.
Like, he is that dedicated to Batman. He was so irritated with the way that he was portrayed in the 1966 show that he made it like his life's goal to change how Batman was perceived.
Right.
And kudos to the dude because it fucking worked.
And it worked, yeah. And this Batman 1989 is the reason why we have Batman the way he is now.
Yes.
Every iteration, every dark iteration is because of Tim Burton.
I'm actually starting to think that we actually need to touch this one and Returns on this episode because we still need to fit in Affleck. I mean, it wouldn't be hard.
Those are like short enough to where we can.
That's fair as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
How would you like to do this? Are we just touting our opinions, or are we delving into it the way we do with other films?
We can do that.
This is gonna be a long night. All right, so
We won't go like too far off of the fucking deep end, but
okay,
we'll go.
do you remember the opening shots of this film?
Oh, we're going scene by scene?
No, just in general. Like, do you remember?
I don't remember the opening. Was the opening the two thugs that he like rounds up on the roof?
See, it has been a little too long since I've watched
Okay,
it.
let's not do it this way then.
So
Let's talk about the characters.
okay, so most of the casting was spot on. The only one that really felt super out of left field was Michael Keaton at the time.
Yeah, and there was a lot of backlash at the time
Yes.
without the internet.
And it was even weirder because of the fact that they were considering Bill Murray as Batman as the alternate.
Yeah, Bill Murray was the alternate, and you know who was the alternate for Joker?
Yes.
John Lithgow.
There was also another one.
Robin Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the one that I thought would be more likely.
Yeah.
John Lithgow I love too, though.
I want to say John Lithgow was was really close to signing on
Oh,
before Jack Nicholson, and then he backed out the last minute.
well, and Robin Williams was so hurt by the fact that he was pushed away because they threatened Jack Nicholson with replacing him with Robin Williams that when they actually came back to him to play the Riddler, he said, fuck you, basically. Because he was supposed to take Jim Carrey's spot as the Riddler, too.
Okay.
But that just soured everybody's relationships.
Yeah.
So, also, what film was it that Willem Dafoe was potentially to play the Joker? Like, there were talks that far back. I'm pretty sure it was 89.
It wasn't 89.
No?
No.
Because that's the only other version of Joker we've gotten other than
It might have
Ledger.
been 89. I don't think it was actually ever serious.
Yeah.
I think it was just rumors.
But that cackle alone would be perfect.
Yeah.
Nicholson was even then kind of a surprise because it was strange for them to go the mobster route.
Yeah, he was straight like that suave, like gangster.
Yeah.
Still like cheesy and over the top, but
Well,
his style was of that gangster type.
especially after the chemical bath, which was
Yeah.
the one thing that was the most faithful version
Oh yeah.
of the Joker. which
Especially
we
like when
haven't
his
gotten
hand
yet.
pops out.
Oh,
It's all like green nails and shit.
I really, really, really want an Ace Chemical bath for whoever the fuck plays the Joker
No.
with the Batman. Why not?
No.
Give me a why.
I think that I don't know because just like I've said, like with how grounded it seems they're going with that movie, I don't think that really would fit. I really don't.
So do you think they just go with someone who's like mentally deranged?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want the chemicals to alter their brain. I really just want an explanation for why the skin is so fucking pale. They'll come up with some like scientific mumbo jumbo like McGregor syndrome.
I just think he'll just paint his face.
That's fair too.
Yeah. Because Heath Ledger's face was just painted. They never fucking delved into it at all. It was just how he was. They never explained why he put the makeup on or anything.
That one fit the world so perfect though.
That could fit this too.
It could.
Yeah.
It's so.
I think the chemical thing is too far out for what they're doing with this.
It's fair.
I think it would fit. Well, obviously it did because for the Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, getting back to 89.
You said Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto, the
Oh.
sexiest man alive.
Who the fuck ever said that?
Him?
Did he really?
I'm sure he did. He looks like the kind of guy who would do that.
He looks like he would tout the dialogue from Silence of the Lambs or Clerks 2.
Would you fuck me?
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I mean, I do that.
I do it in front of my wife as a joke, and I tuck my dick between my legs.
Do you really?
Sometimes.
Oh God. I've never actually. I'm gonna try that tonight.
It's not
Does
fun.
it make you
kinda
feel
hurts.
empowered?
No.
Okay.
Makes me feel uncomfortable.
Okay. This is what I look like with a vagina.
Oh, okay. Won't even. There were.
Batman.
All right.
Do you want to get nuts?
Was Vicky Vale? That was from 89.
That was Vicky Vale. That's Kim Basinger.
Eminem's mom.
Eminem. Feminem.
Eminem's mom.
Yeah.
The guy who played Commissioner Gordon is one of the only actors, along with Alfred, that didn't change through all 4 movies.
That's true. But both of them stood the same.
Yeah.
Which is like the only connective tissue to say like, oh, this is supposed to be like the same fucking series.
Right. I kind of wish they would have cast somebody better for Gordon. He was too fat.
That's fucked up.
It's fat phobic. Fucking sue me.
It's fat phobic. He's too old, I think. Because I'd like to picture a Gordon that's old but still like able to fuck shit up if need be. Even though he's a bitch in the Arkham games.
Well, dude, he would. I don't know if you ever saw. I want to see a Batman film where Gordon takes over as Batman for a short time because he did it in the comics.
Oh
It's
my
fucking
God.
bananas.
Jeffrey Wright.
Could you imagine him getting swole to fit in a bat suit? That'd be insane.
Fucking wild. But yeah, I agree. The Gordon, I think, was I think it fit the world that he was building at that time. But
I felt like it fit the Schumacher films better than it fit the 89 and Returns.
I could see that. I think Alfred's the other way. I think he fit the Tim Burton movies more than he'd fit the Schumacher ones.
Yeah, 100%.
And this is a straight fucking old man, straight butler Alfred.
Yeah, he reminds me of the butler from Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
The old Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Like this Alfred was not in the special forces.
No.
He wasn't doing that shit. He was just fucking being a butler.
Yeah.
Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves, yes.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't get enough credit too. Like no one talks about this Alfred.
He did, right? Oh, he got it.
He died.
I was like, he has to.
He died. But yeah, no one talks about him. I feel like he's underrated. He really is the heartfelt, like, you feel safe with this Alfred.
I think we at least need to know this man's name for a moment.
Alfred.
Yeah, just Alfred. Michael Go?
Let's see. That's spelling. Michael Go. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. He was fantastic. I forgot Billy D. Williams played
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent in this film. But that's also a really out there casting.
It really is, and he wasn't in. Well, he was in Returns more than this one, right?
I believe so, because they thought they were setting up the next film, which would have had Two-Face.
Two-Face, yeah.
And,
Yeah, but we'll get to that next week. Sneak peek.
I'm trying to think of what other big castings were in this film.
Prince made the soundtrack.
Prince made the soundtrack?
Prince made like the theme, like one of the big songs for the movie.
I will say this is where we did get the Danny Elfman score that has become so iconic.
That's the theme song that he made for this is like the only theme you think of when you think of Batman.
Oh, 100%. It's only. Like it's put in video games. It's like the soundtrack for the Lego Batman video games. Like it's constantly playing to the point where it makes you nauseous.
Yeah. Danny Elfman's a legend.
He is fantastic. I mean, they even brought him in for Justice League, and he put a little bit of that same score into the Justice League.
And not only that, he created another iconic theme song.
Give me a moment. Back to the Future? No.
Come on.
Danny Elfman.
Come on, bro.
Do it louder.
Spider-Man!
Raimi's?
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
Fuck!
I almost want to look up his catalog
You
now.
don't deserve to be on this podcast.
Probably not.
Yeah, he made the Spider-Man theme.
That's wild.
2 superhero themes that are iconic.
I could have sworn he had done... I mean, I'm sure he has a lot more
did,
claims to fame
sure.
than that, but, I mean, it's not like John Carpenter with Star Wars.
No, it's John Williams.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, John Carpenter's Halloween.
That's fucking awful.
Still iconic, though.
You can tell it's been a long day.
Yeah. It's been a long fucking day.
It's been a long day, mate.
But yeah, all these things and Tim Burton's direction, just all these things I think came together for to create the perfect fucking storm.
Yes, and I mean, this is looking at things through rose-tinted glasses because after these films, I feel like his catalog started to go downhill.
Yeah, I think there's a couple after this that still... Well, Beetlejuice was before... No, it was after. Right after.
And then Nightmare Before Christmas is obviously fantastic.
And he didn't even direct that.
He had some...
Little known fact, he produced it. And he developed a story, I think, but he didn't direct it. A lot of people think he directed it, but he did not.
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Corpse Bride.
Corpse Bride. There's another...
The first Alice in Wonderland. The second one was kind of meh.
Yeah. That Barber movie. Johnny Depp.
Barber movie?
Yeah, he's a barber, isn't he not?
Okay, there's 2 possible movies you could be talking about here. You could either be talking about Sweeney Todd.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Or, technically, you could be talking about Edward Scissorhands.
Oh my god! No, Edward Scissorhands probably his...
Fucking G.
That's the most iconic Tim Burton movie, I think. A character, I mean. Edward Scissorhands.
Character?
Yeah, Edward Scissorhands. That could be another fucking segment for another. The most iconic Tim Burton character. But for me, it has to be him.
Yeah. You definitely see his style in his 2 Batman films.
Oh yeah, especially with the Gotham itself.
Oh yeah. More so in Returns though.
Yeah, he definitely went all fucking out with that.
Yeah, they gave him a lot more leeway on that
Yeah.
one. Which was the last time Warner Brothers gave anybody leeway.
Yeah, they're like, nah, fuck you.
After that,
doing this.
they put... Actually, that's not true.
They
The
gave Joel
next time
Schumacher pretty fucking free reign, I feel like.
They said, hey, make it kid-friendly and you can do whatever you want.
And he did whatever
The
he
next
fucking
person
wanted.
they gave free reign was Zack Snyder. I almost said Scott Snyder. He wrote comic books.
I feel like they gave Nolan free reign on his trilogy.
I mean,
they're pretty...
That's true. I am overlooking a lot,
Yeah.
but why is it Batman's one of the only characters they give people free reign for?
I don't know. Because they did the same thing with Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
He literally looks like he did whatever the fuck he wanted with that. which is fucking wild.
And then when it comes to Flash, they've gone through three, four directors.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues that because that's partly Ezra Miller's fault too.
Oh yeah, Patty Jenkins. They fucked her.
But then they gave her free on 84, and then look how that turned out.
That was great, right? We've not gotten a Green Lantern movie since the other one because they can't decide what they want to do.
Yeah. I mean, look at the movie.
The Green Arrow film never got made because they weren't.
Escape from Supermax or some shit? Yeah.
Which, oh my God. The fact that there was ever...
You ejaculate in the movie theater if you saw that.
Dude, the fact that there was ever a Green Arrow film on the books pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And it's funny because I don't find him interesting at all.
I know, it's fucked up. And that's the thing, like, he could be done very well, just like a Batman, but...
Long behold.
Yeah.
But let's go over the story itself from this movie. And the ways it alters what we know.
Yes. So, from recollection, this is essentially Batman Year One. Where most of the police don't even still think he's real.
Yeah, and it is. But then at the same time, when you look at Batman, it doesn't feel like it's only his first. It's weird how they deal with it.
He definitely feels established.
Yeah,
but he's not. He's more of like a myth than an actual thing.
Yeah,
is what it feels like. Yeah. It's like maybe like first year might be coming to a close, but you still get his origin because we come around to him running into the Joker and everything.
Yeah,
and finding out that he killed his parents.
Yeah, which is a twist from because that's not how it is. No. In the comics.
Because normally it's Joe Chill that kills,
which is a cool ass fucking name.
It is. It's weirdly like
erotic.
I don't know if that's the word I'd use, but we'll roll with it. Yeah. But it was definitely weird to even like go back now and look at it and realize that Joker never had a name before that.
Unless he has a name.
Jack
Napier. Yeah. Which is a dumbass fucking name.
Which the comics have adapted for certain storylines like the White Knight.
Yeah.
Which was actually a really good storyline. But going from there, so Joker is basically set up to fail by his boss, and Batman comes and crashes the party, knocks him into a vat of acid, and boom, we get like the Joker we know.
And that was actually a cool scene after he escapes, after he gets out of the vat of acid, and you see him in that like plastic surgeon's office. That was like that was pretty scary looking scene.
It felt fairly realistic too, like a mob doctor.
Yeah.
Like that kind of setup.
You just see what I'm working with. And he has a bunch of fucked up tools on the fucking cart.
I will say, I'm trying to remember like exact orders of a lot of things, which is impossible. But obviously Vicky Vale's a reporter and she's trying to... Initially, are they just trying to do a story on Bruce Wayne?
They're trying to do a story on Bruce Wayne and then they get wind of the Batman and then people are like drawing like supposed like pictures of him and people are actually drawing like huge bats and shit like that.
Also, do you know that the picture of... That sketch of the Batman, where it's like an actual bat in a suit. Yeah. Do you know? I can't remember who drew it, but I'm pretty sure that was Bob Kane's like original design for Batman.
Yeah.
And then Bill Finger came along and actually like fixed the shit.
Yep. Them two together created magic.
And that one still hurts me, honestly. Like the fact that Bill Finger didn't get credit until Batman vs Superman. Like
it's rough. Fucked up. I mean, maybe because his last name is fucked. Finger.
No, it's Bob Kane just shoved him under the rug and took all the credit.
Yeah, I know.
It's massively fucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fingering doesn't help.
Yeah.
No. Depending on who you ask.
Yeah. Yeah. And in this version, Bruce Wayne, I don't know what his personality is really. Like, cause he's all over the place to me.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he is.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Oh,
I hope Robert Pattinson does that.
Honestly, I don't even want him to do it. I just want Michael Keaton to do it in the Flash film.
Like right before they go on a mission or the final battle, he's like, "You want to get nuts?" Like he says it like that, and he's like, "Yes." It has to happen.
That was my favorite part of the Lego Batman film. It's like right at the very fucking beginning. He's all, Does he even say want to get nuts? It's just the let's get nuts
Yeah,
mix.
let's get nuts.
And I was like, that's fucking great.
It's fucking fantastic. But this Bruce Wayne he feels secluded at times, but then I don't know. It's hard. He's hard to read to me.
He's definitely more comfortable in his skin as Bruce Wayne than what you would want from a Batman.
Yeah, and his Batman is almost comedic in a way at times. I want to say
he definitely has one-liners.
Yeah.
Not nearly as bad as it would be 6 years later.
Oh yeah, not near. No, yeah, it was still walk the line.
Yeah. But I mean, it was tasteful. It wasn't nothing you couldn't get past.
And there was still a distinction between the two.
Yeah. I mean, dude, fucking Ben Affleck even got a couple of one-liners here and there. Barely. Not as much.
Justice League.
He got him in BVS too.
When?
I'm a friend of your son's.
That wasn't a one-liner.
No, but like shit like that where you kind of felt the cheese. The
like
Martha
the
shit was cheese.
lightheartedness.
Yeah.
I love the Martha. I'll defend that line till the day I die.
I'll be honest, when I was in theaters, I thought it was the most clever thing in the world. I left the theater and I was like, that was fucking stupid.
Zack Snyder's a fucking genius. And then when he leaves, this guy's a fucking idiot.
It was like, he ripped me off. It felt genuine for a moment. I was like, they have the same
What
name.
makes it worse is the way he looks around after. He's like,
all right.
yeah, enough of that.
So yeah.
I love after Jack Nicholson, after he gets into the bad acid. I don't know how far this is. This is when he introduces himself as the Joker. When he goes back into the office of his old boss.
Yes.
And you can call me Joker.
Yeah.
And he comes out of the shadows.
So my favorite thing with Jack Nicholson in this film was something that, like, I don't know why it didn't register in my head. But, so they go to that art gallery that he breaks up where everything starts to devolve and everything. And I'm like, why doesn't he look like the Joker? Like, as a kid, like, it didn't register with me. And then all of a sudden, it, like, wipes off, like, the skin-colored makeup. And I'm like, yo!
Yeah.
This is fucking tight!
Yeah.
And see, that's the one thing I kind of wish we could get in a new Batman film. But I understand the realism and why that potentially couldn't happen.
The only way it could happen is if he already went through that and we don't see it.
And which is fine.
And he has makeup on like that, but it's rubbing off. And you can't tell whether or not it's the white makeup on top or the face makeup on top. That'd be kind of cool.
Would you be okay with that being the cameo?
Oh, yeah. I'm totally fine with that. That's
Like him waking up in a hospital. Just that type of shit. Just explaining, like, you don't even need to see his
Joker?
face. Yeah.
No. I don't want him interested. I literally want Batman to
But
walk
you know
through.
it's coming.
Well, yeah, I would literally want Batman to walk through Arkham to go talk to Riddler, and then he passes this out to the Joker, and the Joker gets his attention and says a couple words, and that's it.
That's fair.
But we talk so much shit, and we're like, we don't want Joker, but then as soon as we see him on screen, we'll be like, oh,
Right. It's going to be one of those things. As long as it's executed properly,
yeah,
it'll be okay.
yeah.
I did think it was weird in the 89 version to give him such a weird trademark line.
Which was?
Have you ever danced with the devil in a pale moonlight?
Oh yeah,
I'm like, it's not Joker-esque.
yeah. That's I don't know. It's Jack Nicholson-esque, but
It is. It's very serial killer calling card type shit.
yeah.
Which is cool, but like, he's the Joker. Tell a fucking joke.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
He never tells a joke.
The Joker. I've never heard the Joker tell a joke.
Holy shit!
The only time I ever remember there being like a semblance of a joke is in The Killing Joke.
At the end.
Yeah. When Batman potentially kills him.
And then that's the first time he made Batman laugh.
I know.
He's like,
Well, I thought it was perfect because it's like, okay, he broke Batman's. Batman's like, I gotta kill you now.
like, you made me laugh? All right.
I would love to see The Killing Joke on like live action too.
You could. Would you include the scene of Batman banging Batgirl?
That is not in the comics, just so we're clear.
I know. It's in the
No, I
cartoon
would
movie.
not include that.
Maybe uncomfortable, but aroused in sort of way.
See, I can get behind. Well, and he's fucked her in the comics too, so it's like,
Has he?
oh yeah, but not that comic. But It was like
Well, then why the fuck?
it was like a fuck you thing to Dick Grayson at the time.
Damn, that's cold.
That family got some issues.
Apparently,
Some bat incest.
bat incest.
It's wrong.
Yeah,
It's raw and
I
wrong.
wonder if he did it wrong.
He's Batman. Of course he did.
yeah,
I pulled out my bat condoms. Never leave without them. It's rough.
yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
It's no worse than the credit card.
Credit cards. I'm telling you, if they fucking
No, I don't want it.
all of
Just
them in a
fucking
scene,
don't.
you have one too. Yeah, I need it. I need it hard.
All right.
All right. This was the slow, sexy part of the fucking episode.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So where do we go from there? Oh, the parade, basically. Well, we got the let's get nuts thing.
Well, fuck, the parade's at the end of the movie.
I mean, yeah, but there's not a whole lot of middle that I can remember.
I
Other than
remember
the art
when
thing.
Vicky went on a date with Bruce in Wayne Manor, and they sit at this long ass table. And
That shit was so cheesy.
Yeah.
I was like, it's dope, but I was like, why wouldn't you start out sitting next to her? Like, that's,
yeah, that was
it was
a little-
great for comedy though.
Yeah, and then the let's get nuts part.
So it goes what you said, the art gallery, then let's get nuts. Joker comes in to basically kidnap her, not knowing that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Bruce Wayne's ready to stand up, and he's like, I can't remember the whole what brought on the let's get nuts, like, do you want to get nuts thing? I know he like breaks a glass or a bottle.
I forget because he breaks the bottle. Then he's you want to get nuts?
Let's get nuts.
Come on.
And then he gets knocked out.
Yeah, then he gets knocked out. Is this when Vicky Vale she gets kidnapped and then Joker takes her to like that restaurant or some shit, and that's when his crew comes in and starts spray painting everything with the Prince music playing? That was before, huh?
That's the art gallery.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all right. Got it. Okay.
And Batman rescues her from there. He does do something with her after that, though. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But then I remember they go to the tower during the parade and everything, and they're spraying the laughing gas all over the crowd. And you get that iconic shot of Batman going up with the Batwing right over the moon. Still one of my favorite things. It's something they've recreated in the fucking Injustice video games. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And Batman kills Joker.
He does. No, Batman doesn't kill him. But he fucking kills
He
a lot of
throws him
people.
off the fucking building. He's dead.
He kills a lot of people in those movies, specifically those first two movies.
Yeah, but if you don't address it, it's okay.
Yeah. Or if you say, I don't want to have to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Batman Begins.
I wasn't okay with that either.
Yeah.
Batman wouldn't do that.
It's a cop-out.
It is a cop-out.
It's a cop-out.
No, Batman would go out of his way to make sure that Ra's al Ghul stayed alive.
Yeah.
That's one thing that has always bothered me about that film.
Yeah.
Like,
So you killed him. You fuck.
it's murder by neglect.
It really is.
Like it wouldn't fucking haunt Bruce Wayne.
It's like Jigsaw saying, I've never killed anybody.
I mean, yeah, it's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm like, that's the biggest cop-out of all time.
except for the fact, I mean, it's brilliant if you think about it as an excuse.
No, yeah, they didn't fucking...
It's like they killed themselves.
You think the Riddler's going to use the same excuse if he gets caught? He's basically a Jigsaw in that movie.
He basically is. But I will say that's one of the things I always found fascinating about him, especially because he has all of his followers believing it so much that they're the ones that end up putting people in traps for him, to where he really isn't doing anything except for making a recording.
He's basically Charles Manson.
Yeah, he's a fucking lunatic.
He's fucking psycho.
Quick side note: if you ever want to watch, this
We've already
film-
been on a side note.
Oh, we've been on a lot of side notes. There's this film called Manson Family Vacation, and
Really?
Tobin Bell actually plays one of Charles Manson's like followers. It's kind of a trip, like modern day followers, because he still had like a Manson family.
Oh, I was going to say, when the fuck did this movie get made? Like,
2014?
okay, yeah. When you said he was a follower, I'm like, damn, this must have been made like in the fucking
No, like
70s when he was young.
it's modern day. Like it's crazy.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. Like it's not something I expected.
Huh.
But apparently it's legit.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot more to go over with the Batman.
No.
Or is it just Batman? It's just Batman.
It's just Batman. We can talk about where would you rank this in the grand list of Batman movies?
If we're being honest, while it's still my favorite.
It's your favorite Batman movie overall?
Currently.
Okay.
I'd probably put it at number 2, though. If I'm ranking it based off of, like, most impactful and what, like, I think it should be at.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And we're ranking the movie itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of the rest of
the
Batman
movies,
films.
yeah.
And I think we've actually done this ranking before, and I think I ranked it at number 1. But I fight myself with The Dark Knight.
Okay. I would rank it 3. Yeah, I'd rank it 3 right now.
Do I have to wait a week or two to actually find out what takes the other 2 places?
Yes.
It'll probably be more than a week or 2 then.
Yes.
Okay. That's fair.
But then you never know. Like this new one might change a whole fucking everything.
Well, yeah, we're going to have to rank everything.
Yeah. Actor, movie, everything.
I don't want to put this out there because I don't want it to be a real thing or even a possibility.
What
would you do if you watched this film and you were like, wow, this is dog shit, and so is Robert Pattinson's acting as Batman?
I don't know what I'd do.
We've already seen enough to where I know that's not going to happen.
I'd never forgive him. I wouldn't watch anything he makes. I would shun Matt Reeves. I'd send letters to his house every day.
I would like to say that's over. Okay, that part's overkill.
Yeah.
The rest of it, though, I felt like it was overkill, but at the same time, I'm like, it's actually reasonable. Like, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, I'd Ryan Johnson him. Is what I'd do.
Oh.
He'd be worse to me than Ryan Johnson if he fucks this up.
That's fair.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to do.
You realize how much pressure this man is under right now?
I'm sure he knows it.
I'm sure he does, and he's handling it very well.
Yeah, because a lot of the cast said that he hasn't slept really. That he's just constantly on this fucking thing, which is a good sign.
I hope he's okay though.
I know. If I got the opportunity to make a Batman movie, I'd do the same thing. Oh, you wouldn't fucking hear from me.
Oh yeah. Well, you would be going over like almost frame by frame by frame by frame by frame,
yeah,
just to make sure nothing was out of place.
Yeah,
that's a lot of frames though.
That's a lot of frames. That's more. The short film we did was a lot of fucking frames. So, I felt like,
hypothetically speaking, okay, this film is 2 hours 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, do the math real quick.
Do the math. What kind of math
so
are you doing?
Let's say it's 60 frames per second, or how many 24 frames
they do
per
24
second.
Yeah.
Okay, so do 2. Okay, so 60, 120 plus 55, 175 minutes, roughly. Okay, times that by 60 seconds, and then times that by 24. It's 252,000 frames.
I believe it.
That's a lot of
That's
shit right
fucked.
there. Going through that many frames
How many frames was the short film?
Well, 30 minutes?
Ours, yeah. It was also 24 frames per second.
So, if we're doing that, 30 times 60 times 24, 43,200.
Damn.
That's still a fucking lot.
Yeah, and that sucked. Well, it didn't suck. I enjoyed doing it, but it sucked.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dedication. Editing has to be one of the most thankless jobs in filmmaking.
Yeah, yeah.
And especially when it's done by the director. Yeah. You can tell when it's not though.
Yeah.
Cuz
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. That's the best example. While I'm starting to even dwindle on whether or not I care about the whole air cut bullshit.
I don't even care about this fucking Snyderverse anymore.
I still feel so bad for him that they literally just brought in a music video editing company to do it. That's some dog shit.
It is some dog shit, but that's fucking Warner Brothers for you.
And it is. All right. So, do you have anything else for this week, sir?
No.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you all for watching this episode of the SuperThwak Podcast. And if you don't mind, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and a new one,
TikTok, bitch. Yeah.
Make sure to like and subscribe on all of those. Follow us on those for sure. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and leave a like on YouTube if you're watching this on there. And don't forget to watch us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We really appreciate it, especially if you leave a like, rate, and subscribe on those as well. Really helps us reach out to other viewers. And we will see you guys next time. My name is Anthony Stevens.
Damian Lema, fuck Tom McDonald.
Peace.
Peace.